Welcome to my cake kitchen. If you see me for the first time, I'm Gladys. I love cakes, and over here we make simple, informative tutorials to help you navigate baking and decorating easily. Today we are back. Normally I don't do lives on Monday. Normally the lives are Tuesday through Thursday, and occasionally if I have a busy kitchen day and I have stuff to put together, I come. And so there we are. That we have quite a bit to do. Hello, Dawn. Dawn. Good afternoon, darling. How are you? Great to have you. I didn't announce coming here today. I didn't. So it's good to see you. I did say, I was just saying, on Mondays, I don't do lives. But remember the book cake we were supposed to be making today? Normally, Mondays are my admin days. The admin days where I respond to emails, inquiries, and consultations that have to be confirmed and stuff like that. Like Monday is a dull day, and if I'm not doing admin, I have editing and stuff to do. But today my Monday went left field because you know why? Remember the book cake? I stood here and I told you that the customer hadn't confirmed the book cake yet, right? And I'm not even sure how it's developing. Well, they did confirm, but with a twist. It's supposed to be a return customer. I have seen her. She's come and she's ordered cakes from me for a little while now. And normally for the celebration that the cake is for, it's a birthday, like a first birthday. And normally when she's made the order, even if the birthday falls on a weekday, the cake is ordered for a weekend celebration. So here's me. During the consultation and everything, I know she confirmed the date to be 29th, but it went over my head. When I checked my calendar, I knew 29th was a weekday. So I just assumed that the cake will be for the weekend of the 29th. So obviously it will go through towards the weekend, and it will probably be collected on 31st, which is the last day of the month, being Saturday. Guess my surprise this morning and the panic I had when I woke up to a text, not just confirming the order, but confirming the cake for collection, possibly Thursday morning. So you are just about to see me literally fall to the wayside and try and pick myself out. Yes, Dawn, I look refreshed. I went to church. I hung out with my church folk. I caught up with good company. It's surprising what a little bit of faith will do for you, okay? It is something that helps me, so, but you know, we are not here to convert nobody, okay? But I went to church. I hung out with my church folk. They are great company, but I have friends in church also. And I ate good food. When you hang around good people and you just eat, like, I am not counting calories. I am not worried about the sugar levels, because I'm like, Monday will come and I will go and do my skipping and exercise and drink my water and read my Bible. So the weekend has been so much fun, just living. And I had a good night's sleep. I really did. A good night's sleep. And I woke up. My heart is settled. When I wake up, here's the trick. I'm going to tell you. My life is very predictable in terms of habits. If I am stressed, you will know. Because when I'm stressed and I show up here, the eyelash is gone. I'm tired. The eyelash is gone. Like, I ain't got time. Okay? I am like tight for time. But today I woke up early. I made time, quiet time for prayer, and did everything else I wanted to do. I just have some peace in my heart, okay? So that's what you see. That's why I made the effort, okay? Try it. But that's for those of you who stick around all the time, Dawn and the rest of you. So good afternoon, everybody. If you're just joining me, I am Gladys. I love cake. And me and my cake buddies in the chat here, you will catch up with all of us over here. So essentially, we're going to bake what is the start of the book cake. Now, part of this live is bringing you along the process. We're not going to be able to do everything, but the good thing is we do what we can. So the goal is to make a batch of buttercream, to try and bake a red velvet cake if we can, and also prep for the chocolate cake that will be added to this cake. This cake is going to be 2 layers of a red velvet and a chocolate cake that are layered together, filled with buttercream, and then carved into an open book cake. I have to go and order some of the custom elements. So there's a lot of prep work, and I've literally, like, my admin day is scrapped to the side. So I'm going to try and make time for all of that as the day develops or as the week goes by. But thank you for being here with me. It's great to have you. And how has yours been? How has your weekend been, Dawn? What's your weekend been like? Cheese, crackers, cup of tea, coffee, lollipop, onto the hardware place. Today we're just going to keep it. We're going to go to church, lollipop. Okay, darling. How are you? I hope you are keeping well. Good to see you and good to have you back. Let's go and preheat the oven. We are preheating the oven to 160 degrees C at the moment. And then we are going to start with the red velvet cake first. And whilst the cake is baking, we're going to transition to making the batch of buttercream whilst also prepping for the chocolate cake. That's just by the way. So let's get to it. Because this is prep, I'm not going to talk you through the entire ingredients and everything. If you've been here before, you would have seen how I make my red velvet cakes. The recipe is online for you to see. Let's go and get some sugar. I have the margarine, but I'm going to kind of melt it up a little bit just to bring it to room temperature. Ooh, lollipop, congratulations! You won £140 on the lotto with 4 numbers. You had a Chinese, then the toilet system. Oh God, for every good deed that happens, something has. Don't tell me you spent that winning money on a system. Had a leak to deal with. Lollipop, not one word about leaks, okay? I'm sending you some grace and peace. The leak that had me stressed, I just hope you haven't gone spending your winning money on. That would be annoying. Please do, my love. Please do. I'll be waiting for you, okay? This is annoying. I am annoyed for you, darling. Right, we need 640 grams. I'll have a look. Let's see. We need 6. Okay, there you go. We need 640 grams of this. Okay, there you go. So that's. If you're wondering what we're doing, we're trying to make a red velvet cake. Okay, so I have my margarine and the sugar, which is to go into my mixer first. This because it's, oh. Okay. Okay, that's done. Now let's add some vanilla. I think I'm due a trip to Costco soon because I only ever go to Costco because I want this vanilla. Because ish, vanilla, have you checked the prices outside? Oh. Okay. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Let's wipe this over. Lollipop, please don't say that into existence, because you'll be annoyed when that happens. And not just annoyed, you'll then have to go and find a way to buy yourself a new TV. That would be annoying. Dawn, Costco is an American it's an American brand, but they do have shops, they do have warehouses located sparingly around the UK. It's not like your known UK equivalent. So one of the things I know, it's located, Costco, you would normally find it in bigger cities, if you like. I may be wrong, but for instance, my nearest one is in Milton Keynes, which is almost like 40 minutes drive from me. And the next one, that's south. So the nearest one south from me is in Milton Keynes. And if I was headed north, the nearest one, I think, is it in Leicester or something? So yeah, there are Costco's in the UK, but they are not everywhere, if you like. Now, let's go and find... Let me just make sure I'm not burning anything in there with my very clumsy self this morning. You have a second TV. Oh, that's why you are panning for this one to be broken. Please send me a TV because I don't have one. Okay? No, there you go. We're going to cream this until it's light and fluffy. Whatever that looks like. Right? So anyway, good people, you know, you're hanging out with me. Today is not an intense tutorial, okay? I am prepping for this book cake. So if Dolly jumps here and asks me about the book cake, we have started. So this, I think when I go back to writing the titles, this might probably be the start of a book cake, part 1, and then we'll bake the cake. And then, okay. And then we'll continue. I am hoping by Wednesday we will be done for it to be collected, sort of. So if you want to see how to make a book cake, stick around because the journey has just started, okay? But whilst we're at it and hanging out, what was your weekend like? I told you, I went to church and I went and plugged myself into community, which was very fulfilling and healing for me. I feel so good, okay? I do. Can you tell I feel so good? I feel so well rested. Could I be doing anything else? Probably. But we're here, okay? When you are creaming, always, never forget, do not forget to scrape the bowl in to get your stuff together. Lovely. Okay, let's keep creaming. I wonder where Tapeta is, my people. Okay, you will always find me going after creaming. You probably want to add some egg yolks. There's 3 egg yolks, the rest is fine. We'll beat the eggs together now. Yeah, Tabitha is sleeping. Poor thing. I kind of like, I have felt really horrid the last couple of weeks because Tabitha has been going through it. Like, it's like 2026 literally showed itself and has a whip to Tabitha's backside, and I feel so terribly sorry for her. The pet died, the teenager is teenagering. But I'm also like so grateful for her, you know, the love and care that she shows us over here. And more than anything, I'm happy that she has a community in all of you, you know. I mean, Dawn out here holding it together, because you know what? I can tell you about cake and about my 80-year-old. I cannot tell you nothing about a teenager, okay? Except for those of you who have done it and won the battle and you're here to tell the story. So having Dawn hold her hand in the chat is just so like, it's so heartwarming to see how like in life you can just find a bunch of strangers out here who share the same values and who support you, and not just me, right? You support each other. It's so nice. So Tabitha, if you're sleeping, we're sending you sweet dreams. We'll see you when you wake up, darling. Dolly is back. Dolly, I did mention you. I said if you come back, because I thought you'd be at work. Happy Monday. How are you, darling? You know I don't show up on Mondays, but I'm here. The book cake is on, okay? Your show is on. We are back. This is for you, Dolly. We are baking the cake. We are baking it from start, and hopefully I should bring you through the entire process, because time is tight. I was just saying, I woke up to a confirmation. Oh, you are off on Mondays. Oh, honey. That's good. So what are you doing? Is your feet up? Are you snacking on something good? Or you are over there swallowing your fufu and abenkwa? Like Dolly. Dolly, if you start talking fufu, I will send you off the group chat. I'm kidding. What have you been eating? Have you been eating fufu or watch it? Like, come on, fess up. You should be fasting. Right. Dolly, it's Monday. For those of you who don't know meat pie, I'll let Dolly educate you on what meat pie. Dolly, the chat is yours. Go ahead. If you wake up on a Monday and you come and tell a Ghanaian Monday lunch, I'm making meat pies, and all I can think of this warm, crusty, buttery. I hope they are that good though. Flaky. Dolly, when you papa. Auntie Aquia, why nyadie? Auntie Aquia, why? Auntie Aquia, why? Why have you brought? Like at this point, Auntie Aquia, you might as well go and buy Kotofan yogurt na faka na post the bread. Na me mom pie and bow. Now business do any because the okay there some me copy do be na me bold because who dey aduane hunahuna me. E dey asem credit. Auntie Aquia. Like for those of you who will not understand what I'm saying, Dolly, tell them what I just said. Okay? But anyway, let's just go and make a red velvet cake and leave Auntie Aquia. Auntie Aquia, she just comes and she tempts us with her food. Because people, I tell you, if you have not tried Ghanaian food, first of all, you should. I think this whole conversation about jollof is so stale. There are other options of Ghanaian foods that are amazing. I think jollof is the universal thing that you can easily go for. Jollof rice is the equivalent of what is very common that you can pick up, fish and chips. And the variations which come in your McDonald's and other places. So that's where jollof falls, you know. Like it's the thing that it's like there is a common theme that everybody will like jollof, okay? But there are some Ghanaian foods that are still like amazing, including not just whole meals, we're talking snacks. And I'll just leave Dolly over there because Dolly is just coming to tell us what she has and doesn't want to. Dolly is that person at the school lunch who tells you, "Oh, I brought this," and refuses to share. So I'll just let Dolly be. Dolly, you are on your own. Lollipop, you are missing out if you haven't tried Ghanaian food, okay? I know I'm biased, but Ghanaian food, okay, let's try and add the flour now. Right, today I mixed the coloring into the buttermilk. It just looks like blood. Ooh, we are not doing anything bloody over here, okay? It's food coloring. Dolly, Black Forest cake is the one cake I haven't even tried. Because the parts of Black Forest cake is like, it can't be that serious. But I would like to though. Is there any tips? I would like to, because you have to add the liqueur and the cherry. Like there are things you have to do to it. And I'm like, I don't know if I feel that strongly. Okay. And then what am I looking for? Okay, cider vinegar. Let's get this. Okay. All in the name of not trying to waste the batter. Okay, we got it. Right, people. Okay, we've got rid of it. Now let's get rid of this. Okay, there you go. March Pompey. Is that a name? Hello there. There you go. We are trying to get this batter together. Ooh. I always love red velvet cake batter. There you go. Let's get this up. Let's try and get everything together. Cinnamon. Cinnamon, where have you been? Happy New Year. Cinnamon, our friend. Who remembers Cinnamon? Cinnamon used to be here when the place was lit. Like, welcome, friend. How are you? Oh, okay. Lollipop, remember Cinnamon. Remember? Friend, it's been ages. Let's get this mixed up right. Okay? Let's get this done. And then I will go talk to Cinnamon. The problem with our community at the moment is we are generally just on online as it is generally, except for maybe a couple more contact outside of. But if we care about you, we still don't know how to check on you, and maybe this is just my inner thoughts, right? Maybe sometimes that's how it's supposed to be. Like, you come, you distract yourself, and you just move on about your life, isn't it? But we remember you, Cinnamon. Where have you been, friend? If you're wondering what I'm doing, it's just the red velvet that I am. Okay. There you go. It's all gone. What a day. Oh, Cinnamon. Much better, darling. Great to have you, though. And pleased to know you were doing much better, lovely. There you go. I'm just trying to level this out. I'm not trying to bake this with a baking pin. This is a 9 by 12 inch pan. So this side is 9 inch and this side is 12. Or is it the 10 by 13? Now I'm confused. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's a 9 by 12. Three inches. 3 inches in height, 9 by 12. As always, don't forget your water underneath. I'm just adding the water now. And now, not adding. And one thing, I realize my oven is a bit slanted to the back, so I'm just going to use this foil to prop the cake up so that I don't have a lopsided bake. Okay, all done now. Baking at exactly 160 degrees C. We'll see how long that bakes for. We're gonna wipe this over and then move on to making our buttercream. How is your Monday going on so far? If you're in the chat, tell us, not our new people. I mean, not our old people. Some of you are literally the fabric of the place. We know where you are joining us from. It's like going to ask the guests or the family people, oh, where are you coming from? No, I'm not talking about you family members over there, okay? I'm talking about the new people who might just be popping in and out and making your way. If you stop by and you don't mind, tell us where you're joining us from. Cinnamon says you gotta love an even oven. Mine was that way until the element oh God, Cinnamon. We don't want an explosion here. We definitely don't. Oh girl, God, that's a dramatic oven. Tell us about it. What happened? How long did you have it for? Yeah. Okay. The exploded part. Are you alive? Hello? Do you have all your toes, fingers? Is your body whole? Because see? So you see, nothing is perfect here, people. I tell you. Part of this live is to just tell you, to bring you along the journey. Because otherwise, all you will see is my polished looking cakes. By the way, talking about polished looking cakes. Is she all right? Simple. You know, because talking about polished cakes, I have posted a photo of the cake we finished for Pastor over the weekend. It's up there. We had such a ball at church yesterday. We had some food. Like when you go to church and you hang out, I don't know about you, but when you go to church and you hang out with Ghanaian aunties, they are so lovely. When you meet the good ones, they are so lovely. They are so warmly, like, and they're just full of so much love. And they are sweet and kind, and they will give you food, and they are funny. So we had a great time yesterday. We did. So you can go catch up on the photos that I posted about. Let's look at the timestamp and give it 13:47, which is 1:47 exactly. So the cake should take about an hour 15 minutes max. And we're going to make the most out of it today. You still use the stove top and have a toaster oven. I love the chaos. I love the chaos. Like I love the chaos. If I didn't bring you along the journey and you saw me prop my bakes up so that they are even, all you would ever see is the perfectly made cakes with sharp straight edges and all of that, and you'd be sitting there doubting yourself. Okay, the oven is lopsided. The commercial oven, when above a certain temperature, it kind of literally burns my bakes, so I don't like it. Like if I'm baking anything below 150 degrees C, and it's the commercial ovens, what you call it, the fan at the back is really heavy. Like when I turn it on, I couldn't be doing a live when I turn it on, because it's like literally you can hear it and it hums and it goes zzz, it's so loud, right? But if I'm baking anything over 150, and the equivalents anyway, they don't work the same. What I bake in here for 160 degrees, in the commercial oven will have to be 140, because the heat is very intense because of the fan. So anything that is over 150, which I normally don't, because if I'm baking cakes in the commercial oven, I bake it at 140 if you like, and anything over 150 will actually cause burns on my bakes. So I don't like the commercial oven very much, which is actually one of the reasons I don't enjoy using it anyway. So there you have it. We all have problems with what do you call it, ovens, and the imperfect moments of the baking process and everything else in between. So you know what, if you're just starting your journey and you are worried about what you don't have, please get on with it. You'll be fine. That's all. Let's go and make a batch of buttercream. I've already gone ahead and set this up. We have 70 grams of egg whites here. So I'm gonna get my thingy, and then we'll get about 300 grams of granulated sugar. We are making, can you see my scale is imperfect as well? Imperfect moments, imperfect moments. Gotta make it work. Gotta make it work. Gotta make it work. Okay. Hopefully it works. There you go. And then we're gonna put that on it. We're gonna zero it. And then 300 grams of granulated sugar. There you go. And so that will go on this side, and then we're bringing the tabletop stove. I better be careful with this one. What, you know what, I wouldn't even like, I don't know what a toaster oven is. What is that? Is it an oven that functions as a toaster? That will be the obvious thing, won't it? There you go. This goes over here, and as always we are going to bring this to a simmering boil for the water, and then the steam will gradually slowly pasteurize our eggs to 72 degrees C, which is about 165 degree F, just so that we can get the eggs pasteurized enough, and then we can go and whip it up. So let's get that done. And the good thing is, when we get this part done, we can move on to prepping for our chocolate cake layer. Okay, we're not going to be able to bake the chocolate cake, but at least we can prep for it. All right, so friends, let's go. What are we doing? When I'm making Swiss meringue buttercream, I get really insecure about putting a rubber or a silicone thing, because it holds fat and grease, and I'm always worried the grease residue will find its way in here. So I'm gonna try and not use that. Where is my whisk? Because I forgot to clean the whisk, and I believe it has already come into contact with oil or some grease, so I can't use it. There we have it. Okay, so now I leave that here. You know what? I'm looking around thinking, what can I sort whilst I am literally not doing anything yet? We have our margarine sorted. We have, if you want to know how to make Swiss meringue buttercream, I have already covered this widely on this channel, so just check the previous videos out. There are enough tutorials there to help you out. Oh, your Swiss meringue cake. When did you make it? And by the way, was that, I remember you say you wanted to make a faux Swiss meringue. Is that what you made? It's not that hard to make it, is it, Lollipop? Congratulations. I am so happy for you. I'm happy it turned out right. You could never go wrong anyway. For the amount of time you have spent watching me make this buttercream, if you came back and told me you had it wrong, I'll be looking at you sideways. Because it's like, sis, why? It's not like you haven't seen us make it here before. So congratulations. You did it with a hand mixer. People, put some claps in the chat for Lollipop. Lollipop has managed to venture into the places us mere mortals cannot even try. You better clap for her. Well done, you. A hand mixer for Swiss meringue buttercream. You are the real MVP, honey. I couldn't do it. Never tried. A hand mixer can just mix my butter and make American buttercream. I'm not doing it. Did you feel like you ended up with some guns? Because the hand action. No. Well done though. Because that stuff is not easy. It's hard. So well done. Ended up with crumbs in your arm. I feel you. Anyway, since we've made Swiss meringue buttercream time and again, there's 12 of us in the chat. Hello, good people. Good afternoon. It's great to be here this Monday afternoon. If you're just joining us, thank you. We love you. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, grab a seat and a cup of tea. The number of times I have made Swiss meringue buttercream, okay? I'm going to ask you some questions. Answer it in the chat, okay? Who is up for it? Put your hand up. First question. You ready? What is the purpose of cooking the eggs over the steam? What is the purpose, the function of cooking the eggs over the steam? Put that in the chat. Because if you've seen me make Swiss meringue buttercream, Lollipop, I think I should exclude you from this one because I think you know too much, but that will not be fair. Okay, Lollipop, you're included. Go on. Right, if you're watching me here, right, and you love cake and you've heard about Swiss meringue buttercream, answer this question. What's the purpose of the task I am currently undertaking, which is cooking the egg slowly over boiling heat? What is the purpose? Go ahead, Lollipop, type away. We are having a Swiss meringue buttercream trivia, right? Go ahead. So, okay, Lollipop's answer. Why do you cook the egg slowly over a boiling heat? She says, this is Lollipop's answer. To kill the bacteria and to heat the eggs to dissolve the sugar. Final answer, Lollipop, is it? Yes, it's true. Now, Lollipop, why, if that's the case, why don't we just cook the eggs directly in the pan? Not just for Lollipop. For those of you, why don't we just cook the eggs directly in the pan? We might as well tip the water out and then put the egg whites in the pan and then have it directly on the heat. Why is the eggs in a bowl over a pot of water and not directly over the heat? Because that too will kill the bacteria, wouldn't it? Okay. Scrambled eggs buttercream, is it? I've never tried that one before. Who has? Okay, cinnamon. Cinnamon says, okay. Lollipop says to kill the bacteria. Okay. Right. Oh, so the reason why we are not cooking the heat directly in the pan is that we want to avoid scrambling the eggs. Good answer. Good answer. Name, if you're in the chat, you can see the eggs and the sugar. Put in the chat all the ingredients that are normally recommended for Swiss meringue buttercream, whether full or raw egg white. Put all the ingredients required for Swiss meringue buttercream. At least you know 2 already because we're here. Put the rest in the chat. Name all, the question is name all the ingredients besides egg whites and sugar, which is what you've seen me use right now. Put the rest of the ingredients in the chat if you know. I am waiting. Okay, Dolly says butter, salt, and vanilla extract. Is that all? Dolly's answer for the ingredients says butter. Okay, besides sugar and egg white, there's butter, there's a pinch of salt, and vanilla extract. Dolly, is that all? I want to see the answer. And Lollipop says egg white, sugar, butter, meringue powder, or cream of tartar. Okay, right. Lollipop, is that all? So, Dolly, is that your final answer? Because I don't want you to feel left out or cheated out. So, come on, Dolly. Yes. Okay. Lollipop, besides the egg white, sugar, butter, Lollipop has added, Lollipop has just added cream of tartar, right? I think, all right. So, Dolly, cream of tartar is a key ingredient in making Swiss meringue buttercream. True or false? This question is directed at Dolly because Dolly was certain that her ingredients were complete. So, Dolly, cream of tartar is a key ingredient in the making of Swiss meringue buttercream. True or false? I am waiting. Okay. Okay, Dolly, why is that? Because this is a general question aimed at informing and bringing you value. So why don't you use cream of tartar? Is it because you don't find it necessary? Is it because the recipe you got doesn't really require it? Why is that? I'm just intrigued to understand what the reason is. Right. Ah, so you only do mock. So clarify that, Antioquia. Antioquia, just clarify that then. Okay, maybe I should have clarified my question though. That cream of tartar is a key ingredient of in making Swiss meringue buttercream when you employ egg whites. Maybe I should have so. Okay, you make the mock one. Okay, what is the one ingredient that Swiss meringue buttercream can do without, whether mock or from raw egg whites? What is the one in general ingredient that Swiss meringue buttercream can do without? We are testing your Swiss buttercream knowledge. Go ahead. Okay. Salt. Salt. Salt, yes. I don't. I guess I should have kind of clarified. Yes, Swiss meringue buttercream can do without salt anyway, because salt is a taste enhancer and it doesn't play a necessary function in terms of the egg white. So depending on whether you're making raw egg whites, Swiss buttercream, or you're making the mock one, you can do without salt. But it's almost recommended to use salt because it enhances the taste. Now back to the subject of cream of tartar. Cream of tartar is important in the use of egg white, raw egg whites, and that's because it unsticks the egg white proteins, helps to whip it better, functions as a stabilizer for the meringue so that the meringue stabilizes and doesn't weep, so the structure is stronger, and also it helps to whiten the meringue when you whip it. So it performs a very key functional role when you employ it in making Swiss meringue buttercream. That is if you're using raw egg whites. I haven't really considered a mock one because I don't make the mock Swiss buttercream anyway, so that is neither here nor there, which is why I said maybe I should have clarified my question that Swiss meringue that let me just finish this. You know what I'm saying? My brain has frozen. There we go. So since you have seen me make Swiss buttercream a lot here, I'm just going to let this whip in the background because I need the work table so that we can start prepping for the chocolate cake anyway. So The thing with a mixer like this making noise behind me is that it's hard to talk to you, isn't it? So perhaps we'll put a hold on the trivia for a minute and let me start prepping. Let me start prepping for the chocolate cake. And then when this settles, I will talk to you, okay? Because this is a bit too noisy. Can you hear me? We have Pepsi Max as the base liquid. We need let's turn that off a bit. If you wonder what I was doing, I was trying to scale the recipe, and I kind of like, it wasn't up to the quantity, so I had to top it up. So in this bowl, if you wonder what's here, this is my chocolate cake recipe that I've tried time and again on the channel. It's available for you to have. So yeah, we have a total of about 500 mils of Pepsi Max. That's what I have available, but this base you can replace with any of your fizzy drinks, from Coca-Cola to Diet Coke. As long as it's dark and fizzy, it's fine. I find that for most of the recipes that require you to have coffee as the base liquid, swapping it for a fizzy drink actually brings some changes to the texture in a good way. So I prefer to use a fizzy drink. My son loves Pepsi Max, so I buy it, use it for cake, and then I leave him the rest. So that is Pepsi Max over there, 500 mils. And then we have, the fat is equally 500 mils or 500 grams. You can use butter, you can use oil. Over here, I only had 125 grams of butter, so the rest is the oil. This recipe, again, like most of my recipes, are super adaptable, so you can swap things around. You can increase the butter if you wanted, and you can do half and half. So 250 grams of oil, 250 mils of oil, and 250 grams of butter. You can have oil all together. I've tried that, but I like to employ a bit of butter to bring in a bit of flavor as well, because butter will do that for me. And then there's 200 grams of dark chocolate. This is I normally get the Fin Curry brand of dark chocolate, but I bought this one, and that's 70% cocoa. This is only 45% cocoa solids. So I'm going to have to make up for the intensity by raising the amount of cocoa powder I have in this chocolate cake. But the chocolate cake is also targeted at a group of people who really don't care for intense chocolate. So the 45% cocoa solids is still fine, except it's not what I would normally recommend. In fact, the cocoa that the chocolate brand I normally get is the Fin Curry brand, and it's the 74% cocoa solids, which is really dark and intense. So that's 200 grams. So we have a total of about 800 grams of sugar. Again, the sugar, you can just stick with granulated sugar, which will raise the sweetness for you. But if you want to bring complexity of taste and intensity, you can swap for dark brown or muscovado sugar. In the past, I have swapped for muscovado sugar. You get a zhuzh, intense flavor over there. But today I just employed light brown sugar because I want just a touch of flavor and intensity to it without overpowering. So all I'm doing is trying to simmer this over the low heat. The heat is really medium, and I'm not trying to boil it, I'm not trying to cook it. All I'm trying to do is get it all to come together, and then I'll leave it to cool completely before it is added to self-raising flour, a total of 600 grams plus about 80 to 120 grams of cocoa powder, what do we call it? If I'm using self-raising flour, there's half a teaspoonful of baking powder with a quarter of a teaspoonful of baking soda, and then you mix it together. The recipe has about 6 to 8 eggs if you choose. It's neither here nor there. Again, it all lends to how adaptable it is. Add a pinch of salt if you care, and that's where we are. So there's an interesting conversation happening there. A pig's valve in my heart. Why did you put the Coke in? Right. Oh, I didn't see the question, Dawn. Sorry. The Coca-Cola, it's, you know, most chocolate cake, if you're not deriving your chocolate cake by the one bowl, by a creamy method, because the creamy method will normally not require as much liquid. But if you're doing the one bowl method, the reverse creaming, most chocolate cake recipes will require an amount of liquid. And that liquid is normally made from coffee, which intensifies the cocoa flavor and brings some intensity to it, but it will call for hot coffee, which does affect the texture of the cake and the crumb in a good way, by the way. But for me, I found out when I was testing this recipe out, the original recipe was actually a Guinness chocolate cake. So when I took that recipe and I thought, okay, let me see what I can do with it, I found out that my best results was if I'm not using Guinness, for that matter. Because if this was a Guinness chocolate cake, my dear, we will all have a good time and go to sleep. Okay? But I wanted to swap the Guinness for something else. And then I tried the coffee to wine and other things, and I found out that my best result, at least without the alcohol, is a fizzy drink like Coca-Cola, any form of Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, any form of the dark colored fizz. You're fine, it should work. So yeah, that's the reason. So it is essentially, without this fizzy drink, I will probably have to make up for the entire quantity by using warm coffee. And first of all, I don't like coffee that much, and secondly, it doesn't give me my best results. So yep, there you go. So we have got it all together. You know what? Yes, I did add about 40 mils of coffee, and it's about it, just to give you the correct measurements. If you like the intensity of it, you can raise it to a 4 tablespoonful and then mix it with water, just to bring something to the cake. You can actually do without the coffee. I have made it without the coffee, but coffee does intensify and complement the chocolate taste in a scientific way that is rather explained largely better on this app here. So yeah, you can do without the coffee, but to have like brewed coffee, 500 mils, first of all, that's too much coffee. But secondly, the fizz is my best result. That's all. So this is more a preference thing. There you go. So that is all done. And by the way, you heard I turned that off. It's because the meringue has been whipped already, but I needed to turn it off so that it is cool to touch. So that is where we are now. Now that this is done, I might want to pour this out. I just want to pour it out so it will cool quickly for me. So it goes straight in here. Now that I've poured it out, we need about 300 grams of sour cream. So that's a whole tub. What the sour cream is, brings moisture, enhances the crumb. But in this moment, what sour cream is doing is it's going to help cool down the mixture here. There you go. The good thing about this recipe is it is super adaptable. There you go. If you don't let it cool and you rush to using it, it will cook your flour and your crumb will turn out very doughy. If you haven't seen it, I've tried that before and it's never worked. So just let it cool completely. You can leave it on the countertop The good thing is you can derive this overnight, leave it to set, and then, yeah. So that is done. And what we are going to do is put this away. Hopefully we haven't forgotten about our cake. Not exactly. There you go. There you go, that's gone. So we've done our chocolate cake base. So perhaps if you're lucky, or if I have time, depending on how my evening goes, I might come back to make the chocolate cake, but I'm not promising that. Now let's get our Swiss meringue back so that we can finish the buttercream off. Okay, we've got the meringue here. We have stiff peaks, as you can see. So over here, this is the part where there are different explanations about the ingredients. I mean, at this point with the meringue whipped, if you add your butter, it all comes together. Your Swiss meringue is sort of done. But you want to be able to bring taste, complexity, and balance to the butter and the meringue here. So for me, I prefer, in all my years that I've been making Swiss meringue buttercream, most recipes will not request or require icing sugar. I add icing sugar to it. And the good thing about icing sugar is that the amount, depending on the quantity and proportion of ingredients, you can raise it, you can bring it to a medium, and you can just about add a little bit. What icing sugar does is that it balances, it adds an extra bit of sweetness, because while Swiss meringue buttercream is naturally by itself not made to be sweet, the butter amount that is required to balance the meringue to form your buttercream can leave your Swiss meringue buttercream a little bit too buttery. It has such a buttery mouth feel, and if you're not using good quality butter, it can just leave a greasy aftertaste in your mouth, in all fairness. So while Swiss meringue buttercream is considered a very professional, standard, elite type of buttercream, it is not for everyone. Because if you're used to the sweetness that comes from American buttercream, Swiss meringue buttercream can be a bit jarring. So for me, I like to add a little bit of icing sugar, and the icing sugar is anything between 80 grams depending on the quantity. If I was scaling this recipe and I had doubled the quantity, then I'll be raising it to 120 to 150. And if I was serving a client who just wanted a very sweet Swiss meringue buttercream, I might double it to 200 grams. I've done that in the past. But over here, I'm just going to add a couple of tablespoonfuls, like the large tablespoonful here. And you do that by just making sure that the meringue whips slowly. This will work out about 70 grams. It's neither here nor there, but that's just enough. And then the butter. It is spreadable, soft butter. You add it a little bit at a time. Okay. Right. Let's have a look in the chat. Oh, Dawn, you're asking if French buttercream is what's called creme patissier. No, it's not. I think Lollipop has answered that question for you. But the creme patissier is more like it's custard, as in homemade custard made from egg yolks, and then the butter is whipped into it. So the difference between French buttercream and creme patissier is that the egg yolks that are employed to make French buttercream are used to make a whole custard. The custard is then left to set, and the butter is added and whipped, which is what forms creme patissier, if you like. Sometimes you have to whip the butter to in warm custard, but it's like a creme patissier has similarities to German buttercream, if you like. Not the same, but the ingredients are very similar and the technique is slightly similar also. Whereas the buttercream version, which is French buttercream, is originally it's made from raw egg yolks that has sugar syrup drizzled into it. Like the sugar syrup is boiled until the soft ball stage, and then it is drizzled into the egg yolks, which is whipped anyway, with whipped up, and then the sugar solution is added and then whipped up together before you add butter. So originally that is what French buttercream is. It has evolved with time. I tend to make it similar to Swiss Meringue buttercream. You can make it with whole eggs, you can make it with egg yolks only, and you can make it with a ratio of high yolks to whole eggs. It's neither here nor there, but the original version of French buttercream is just egg yolks with a sugar solution, as in sugar syrup, drizzled into it, and then the butter. Whereas creme patissier is just custard with butter. I hope that kind of makes sense. For those of you who make Swiss buttercream, especially from raw eggs, and you panic because it breaks up when it's whipping, don't worry, it will come together. It's part of the process. It looks like cottage cheese. Look at that. Yeah, it will come together. So don't worry. Okay, there you go. I'll let it whip together, and that's our buttercream done. I don't have salt to add yet, which is here. Salt and vanilla. There you go. Now let's go and peep. Let's go and peep on our friend here. Oh my God, the red velvet looks amazing. Even if I say so myself. Yep, Dor, we have to keep. Am I the only person who... I've told you I don't have the attention span to sit through a movie. Have I told you that before? So there are a lot of films that are very popular that you would think people should genuinely know about, and I have no clue. That includes, I've watched Nemo, but I don't know what that Dory one was about. I know it's got some stars in it, but should I go and watch it? Oh, but then again, I've watched... I say that I say I don't have the attention for a movie, but I have watched some good ones lately, like, not lately, like some good ones. Sing. I've watched Sing and The Secret Life of Pets. I've watched the part 1 and part 2, The Secret Life of Pets. Who has seen The Secret Life of Pets? And then my son makes me watch Transformers. I do it for the love, okay? I am not a film person. I don't even pretend I am. I'm not a film. No. I dread, unless there is a series that has been recommended and I just want to kind of check it out. I dread going into Netflix, as in the Netflix account, and sitting through something. I dread it. This is annoying. It's gone everywhere. Okay, let's go and clean it out. Okay. It's annoying. Okay, let's try this out. We're going to try and clean the bowl out. Right, and then there you go. All right. Oh, let's get that better presented. And then this goes back in there. There you go. Right, so essentially this is the base of Swiss Milan buttercream done. You can swap from here on to a paddle attachment. so that you can get your buttercream cream together uniformly. But let's have a taste. Amazing. I have had Swiss meringue buttercream for so long, and I've made it for so long, it's like at this point it is part of the house. So hey, that's our Swiss meringue buttercream. Let's swap to a paddle attachment. Let's have the other paddle attachment, shall we? That's the good thing about having a mixer, 2 mixers in a bowl. There you go. Okay. There you go. So this is my buttercream. I want to add a bit more sugar. There you go. So that's our Swiss meringue buttercream done. You've watched me literally make it. So I'll leave the details down in the description box when I come to optimizing it. But you will find this recipe all up on the channel. I have done it time and again. The movie fans over there talking about movies. Okay, now let's go and check on this friend here. Okay. I think the water has done its job, so we've taken the water out a bit, and then we'll give it the next 15 minutes and see if we'll get our cake out, right? In the meantime, Swiss meringue buttercream is coming all together. And have we not been productive? Yes, we have. We've made our base for the chocolate cake. We've made a round of buttercream. We should be able to bake our chocolate today. So it is likely that the carving of the cake may start tomorrow if we bake the chocolate. So, Dolly, we are headed the right way up, and that's great, isn't it? But we still okay. So glad. If I'm not talking to you, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just waiting to get this out of the way, and then I can catch up with you a little bit, people. Okay? Just bear with me. Right, now let's move this to the back. Okay, we'll let that keep creaming over there whilst we organize this out of sight. There you go. And then that goes straight to where it needs to be. The sugar goes back to its place. Eggs will be ready. Oh no, sugar. Okay, there you go. Okay. Now, let's take some time and check on okay. So what we have left is some sugar, Pepsi Max for the sun, and then where do we go? Okay, let's go check on our cake. See why I didn't want a lopsided cake? I think that the middle is still not done. I think, look, it's sinking in slowly. But look at how whole our cake has baked. Right, let's look at the middle. Yeah, the middle isn't done yet. So we are going to do the old-fashioned trick. I didn't know it was going to rise this much. So the old-fashioned trick. Let's put a foil on it. Yeah, let's put a foil on it. And then put it back in. I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to raise the temperature a little bit. With the foil on it, it should cook quickly. Right. Yep. Because now it's a full 160 and we don't have the influence of the water to cool the oven, so it should. But I'm kind of like trying to, but I'll leave it. So our buttercream is done. I'm just going to cover it and leave it to set on the side, and I will attend to it later. So when we are done, tidying up, cleaning, and all sorts of fun stuff. But for now, I think my chores are done. So you have my attention for let's say the best part of the next 10 to 15 minutes. So let's see. I know I've missed out on the chat. I have missed out on the chat, but I know I haven't. I know I'm not left out. So that's okay. So far, how is life? How is everybody? Well, we were doing the Swiss Meringue Buttercream trivia, and Lollipop is saying she's yet to try. She's yet to try the French buttercream, but we've also clarified the French buttercream isn't the same as creme pâtissier. But otherwise, it's nearly 3 p.m. people. 3 p.m. What are we doing? Anything exciting? If we went on this live, what would you be doing? Are you sat? What's your views? What are you looking at? Looking out? For me, my views is a communal garden that is so pretty, that I can see from the left over here. But I have grumpy neighbors. I've told you before. I have grumpy neighbors. Nobody uses it, the communal garden. It's a really nice place. And 9 a.m. 9 a.m. honey, have you had your coffee? Do you feel like, oh, coffee is life? We've missed, it seems like we have missed Tapeta today. Lollipop says if she wasn't on the live, she would be cleaning. But at the moment, I'm sat in the kitchen smoking and drinking. Lollipop, you are living, okay? Sitting in the lounge smoking and drinking. Darling, just live, okay? Oh God, I am so silly, aren't I, Lollipop? Ooh, Cinnamon didn't drink coffee for 59 years. Never liked the taste until I was in hospital this time. Woo. And then you tried it. And then it was so good. And then you felt like, honey. What made you try? That's the question. What made you try coffee? For 59 years, your life was okay without it. And then on this occasion, you buckled. Let's see. Dawn. Dawn, if she wasn't on the live, she would be doing her nails. She has a funeral on Wednesday. So you look, Dawn, a funeral, don't worry about us. You know you can watch on catch up. Of course we will miss you. Your interaction and engagement in the chat is something to be missed, especially for all you mods in the chat. If you're not here, we know you are not, because we miss your engaging interaction with everybody. But you're going to a funeral, God, so please, we'll be praying for you on Wednesday. Who passed? We thought we were having a little break about funerals for a minute, but as it is, life happens. We are sending you our prayers. We'll be thinking about you on Wednesday, you and your family, and we hope your heart is at peace, Dawn. Okay? Thank you for everything you do for us over here. Oh God. Last time it was his brother, as in the immediate loss was hubby's brother, and now his longtime friend. Gosh. We're sending, give him lots of hugs from our community here, okay? Tell him we're thinking about him. We're thinking about you and your family. It's his bestie. But you are along for the ride too, because when he's happy with his bestie, you are like the lifelong wife to the bestie too. So I can't imagine this being any easier for yourself. So Dawn, we're so sorry, and all the best for Wednesday. All right. Whoo. Funerals just, especially over funerals, just have a way of just making you just stop for a minute. You know, all the rushing about life and all these things that, oh, hubby is working away, so you're going on, which makes it all the more difficult for you, because it's always better with two, you know, you rely on each other and support each other, but now you're going to have to go on his behalf. Darling, we are sending you hugs and prayers, okay? All the best. Whew. Let's check on our cake. We have 10 minutes, and if this cake doesn't finish baking in 10 minutes, we'll have to come back and check on it later. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. It's coming along. Ooh! You know what? People, I will never get over how lovely it is for you to bake a cake and to have the water in the oven. Because look at how tender that crust is. Unfortunately, we are going to have to come back. Let's give it another 10 minutes. That's like pushing it though, but I'll give it the full 10 minutes so that we can check on it again. We'll give it 10 minutes because a sister has got to GO. Good cake. Besides Wednesday, besides the funeral, what time is the funeral on Wednesday, Dawn? Have you got anything else planned? Because funerals just have a way of taking the life out of you after you've been and returned. So I hope you have company at home, or at least something to do to kind of like just settle your mind a little bit. We'll be thinking about you. 1 p.m. Okay, so, ooh. So what does it feel like? Do you feel like, because it's in the afternoon, do you wake up with the dread of going? Or it's like you can just about put it to the side? How do you cope? For me, you're going to a funeral, what does that feel like? It's not the dread. It's like, I just want to be done with it, because you know it's going to be sad. You know you're going to see people cry. The whole atmosphere of a funeral, whether it's distant or close to you, has a tendency to impact you directly in a way that shapes what you're feeling in the moment. So I don't wake up with the dread about it. But I know it's going to be painful, it's going to be sad. And I function to cope with that intensity. I tend to be functional in the process. So most funerals that are most funerals that I have any form of involvement with, I tend to be very functional in it. Like I am actually doing something in it, so that I almost feel like I don't feel helpless. Does that make sense? Oh, Dawn is not looking forward to. I can understand. And it's even worse for you because he is not around. If he was around, it'd be you both waking up in the morning, probably talking about your loved one, just recalling memories as you get through the morning and reflecting on your own lives. He's working away. You have to go. Here's the question. How are you though? Are you feeling okay? Because I know the cold did take, is it cold? I say Victorian influenza. No, you know, that did take a bit out of you. I hope you have recovered enough and you are okay. Oh God, Dawn, I just want to hug you, honey. I just want to hug you and be like, sit down, let's make a cup of tea and eat some crackers and cheese. I am so sorry, darling. Okay. People, it's just us. It's me, you, Dawn, Cinnamon, Lollipop, okay? So us three, let's all send Dawn some hugs in the chat. Dawn will be praying for you, okay? We'll be thinking about you on Wednesday, and hopefully you'll make it there and back safely, okay? Just awful, awful, awful. Seasons. Seasons like, wait, like what? I'm here, honey. Welcome to the chat, darling. We know you are here. We know you are here, honey. How are you? How are you? I know it's morning. How is the weather? I hope you have some sunshine and it's all nice and you've had your coffee and you're pottering around. What are you doing, Steph? You've been busy, girl. Steph has been busy. Who has checked Steph's channel out? Steph has been busy. Steph is doing a few different things over there. So Steph, great to have you back, my lovely. How are you? I hope you've had a great weekend though. We are recovering from a good weekend, except we are back to cake making. It's very sunny today. Ooh, sunny, sunny. I'd rather the sun than anything. It's not drizzling, it's not icy here. It's a bit chilly, but I mean, it's Europe, right? So enjoy the sunshine. What have you planned to do today? No, it's not like we don't have snow here at all. The weather is quite, because I'm in the Midlands, you see, for my UK people. I'm somewhere in the Midlands. So today the weather is, it's not, there's no sign of it being chilly or anything, but it's a bit dreary. Like it's not raining, but this morning it was drizzling. It was drizzling. About 9 o'clock ish, it was drizzling, but let's have a look at the cake again. Okay. Okay. The bottom is done. Yep. And the cake itself has baked well. So that took us to the exact hour and 15 minutes. If I had known the cake will rise this much, I probably would have considered using baking pin, because baking pin sort of helps to cook it from the inside out. But I didn't, and I've lived to regret it another day. Let's try and flip it over. And then I will be on my way. Busy trying to build my subscription. Let me answer this for other business ventures. Practicing on going live always feels so dumb, but I'm finding my footing. Here's an encouragement to you. You're the only one telling yourself you feel dumb, and I know why. Because we always feel dumb about the thing we are not confident at, or the thing we know that we are not proficient at. So feeling dumb and even saying it out loud is a good thing, because then it means it's not stopping you. So, Steph, you're gonna feel you are going to feel dumb for a long time, and you may never get over it. But you know what? You will see the results anyway. You will see yourself speak better on camera, because you know what? Sometimes when we are talking about like being on YouTube, maybe one of these days when we are on the live, I'll make some time so we can talk about like YouTube, just so that if you need some tips or anything to encourage you, you know, we're here to support each other. I mean, I haven't made it here just because I've had all your support, including yours, Steph. And I think sometimes it's important for us to stop and hold each other's hands. So here's from my heart to yours. You are doing just fine the way you are. As the journey goes, you will see the results for yourself before the subscribers even do, because your confidence will increase. You will find your own niche in what you're doing. You will build your own ecosystem, because the truth is, no one is like you, Steph. No one could do what you do. No one would be able to deliver anything the way you do it. And that is true. Your experience is very unique to you. And in this world of many people, there are people who will understand you for you. So you know what, sis? Hugs to you. Keep going, and all the best. That's all. Lollipop, that's what you're telling yourself. You don't know what we've all told ourselves, and yet we are here. Lollipop, there's nothing you can't do. You birthed a whole human being. You can do a few many things. You'll be surprised. So please stop. Oh, I couldn't. If your life depended on it, believe me, you will show up here and you will surprise yourself. Dawn, what are you on about, Dawn? I haven't got the confidence. Show me what confidence looks like. What does it look like? Is it black with 4C hair? Honey, look, you birthed a whole human beings who are out here doing good in this life. You'll be fine, okay? I think it's almost worse enough. And I'm not just spouting a bunch of things to make you feel better. The truth is, it always feels worse in your head than it really, really is. I am sure this conversation, unless you really, because public speaking is terrifying for a lot of people, and it's not unusual, okay? But if you have something you want to say to the world, okay? Being on a live, until I figured it out, it's almost like sitting at your, you have to find something to connect it to. Think about sitting at a table with your group of friends and then talking about the thing that you enjoy. Like, I ended up on a live. Let me tell you, I ended up on a live because I figured the people around me are sick of me talking about cakes, and I couldn't stop. So I thought, I'm going to find a bunch of people who love it. But it's not like, have you seen my first live? It's already on this channel anyway. It's over there. Go check it out. Do you think I was the same Gladys? Hell no. My wig was dry. It was in my lounge. The lights were. But I wanted to talk about cakes. Okay? And how many years later, I'm still talking. So please, this thing about I am not confident, please. Confidence doesn't, you don't have to have it to start. You just have to start, and the confidence comes with it. Because you know what? Consistency builds competence. And when you're competent at something, you get confident talking about it. Do you see? So how do you build consistency? Because confidence is on the other end of consistency. So you have to show up. Okay, as long as you are not here telling a bunch of lies. But you know what? There are people who can tell a bunch of lies with a straight face, and that's okay. Because I've been a little bit busy. I think what I know, I come here and I suggest a lot of things and I don't follow through because life just happens. But I think one of these days we should dedicate a live to actually encouraging everybody, ourselves, so that we can go and pursue the thing that we... Look, Dawn, you're telling me you can't edit a video. Can you read? Do you speak English? Yes. YouTube will teach you how to edit because it did for me. Okay? Don't stop. Lollipop with the wisdom. Come on, sis. A journey of 1,000. Look, when I tell you, listen, I'm gonna go in a minute, okay? But here's what I'll leave you with, okay? It is not a fallacy to believe that whatever you set your mind to, you can do it. Especially in 2026. There is a ton of information around. The resource material to help you is awash on this platform that I'm talking to you. YouTube taught me YouTube. I've spoken to you about it. Like, I'm not making that stuff up. When I decided I want to... Look, my very first video is still on YouTube. I haven't deleted it. My journey on YouTube, not... If I've ever deleted a video, it's probably because it became a copyright issue and I had to take it down. But all my videos from how I started is still available for you to go check. So maybe you should go back to my old videos. Go to the homepage, click on videos, as in the video library, go all the way to the first few videos, and let's talk about it. Look, I cringe watching about it, but you know what? The cringe doesn't make me feel like take it off the internet. The cringe actually brings me joy. I watch myself laughing at myself. You know why? Because I'm like, oh, how ignorantly naive I was. So confident in the foolishness of doing something so raw without skill. And yet with just pure heart and intention, here I am. And I can tell you, the great thing being on YouTube has done for me, besides the fact that I have all you bunch of lovely people who are out here supporting me, let me tell you one thing YouTube has done for me. It's not, YouTube hasn't given me money. Let's be clear, okay? The money is still missing in the post. I better find it, okay? But what YouTube has done for me is it has built my spirit and encouraged me that whatever I want to do, the world is a place where you will find your people. Above all, it has built my skill. It has built my skill in public speaking. That is one of the biggest credits that YouTube has done for me. Because prior to YouTube, I would occasionally get MC gigs, as in Master of Ceremony, for weddings and stuff like that. It's not something I pursue actively, you know. I only do it for a select few programs, like formal programs. So I've MC'd weddings, birthdays. You've watched me kind of go and come on those. And if you gave me a microphone and you gave me a subject about something I knew a thing or two about, I could wing like a program out. The thing YouTube has done is it has multiplied that ability. that this, I don't even think about. If you throw me a microphone, I'm gone. Like, I get my job done. It's like, that's because I have to think I'm talking to a lot of people that I don't know, who will judge me, who will not like me. And if I'm putting myself every day out there, you end up so desensitized. Two things will happen. You grow your ability, the ability to communicate, the ability to teach, the ability to inform, and your confidence grows, and you keep going and going and going. So my people, if you have it in you to read and understand, you can do this thing, whether it's live format or whatever. It's going to start rough. Go start rough, but happy baking. Okay, I gotta go. I'll see you on the next one. Mwah.